Why I believe generic suggestions for helping me are often not helpful. There are two main reasons. One of them is I, because of my learning challenges, I need much more specific details to help me work with any information I am presented with. So as a half joke, to help communicate my understanding is that if someone ran up to me suddenly and screams in my face, "Trevor, you are bad," and then immediately runs away, um, that would be very difficult for me to work with because my likely reaction to that comment would be, okay, why am I bad, and what can I do to be less bad, and what is your understanding of bad, and why did I align with that definition of bad in this case, and what is the real problem here? So I've noticed this might not be just a pattern I have observed with neurotypical people, but probably neurodiverse people have a habit of doing this as well, where they just throw, very quick and short suggestions that may have the intent of helping, but not be as helpful as helpful as they might believe. But just to be clear, I am not saying don't I'm not saying stop suggesting helpful things to me, but if you are willing to put in the effort to suggest something that might help, then it would also help if you could go into more detail, or be willing to have me ask further questions, just to help clearly confirm my understanding and help me decide what I would like to do next with this new with this new information. Um, but to circle back to answering this video's question, the second main reason why generics suggestions, at least in my experience from some or multiple people, don't seem that helpful, is I have a very complex brain, which causes me to have fairly complex experiences, which by extension means that anything that would help me to solve my problems, or help me navigate my own challenges, or to minimize my challenges, would also be fairly complex in nature as well. And this is not really a choice, but a result of the brain I was born with, and possibly the complex world and environments I am often in as well. So I can respect that possibly many or all people I have interacted with may have had the intent to support me or to help me, and that I have no problem with. But if the extent of that help is to just drop a very brief suggestion to me without confirming whether I fully understand or fully agree with that, then that help kind of did not work. This is slightly unrelated to thoughts I have had about intent versus execution, and Even in the creative world of a game design, I have noticed that many game developers intend to provide a very specific or positive entertainment experience, but the way they execute their game experience or game design can have people feeling negative emotions like frustration or confusion. So before I go too off tangent, I believe the long story short of that is yes, the having the intent to help is kind of the easy part from my understanding. And the more challenging part is finding ways to execute on that intent or those ideas that that match very well with what people need and people prefer. So that involves more effort to really understand people on a deeper level. And my guess is that most people do that because maybe for most people in the world, they do benefit from these quick and brief suggestions of help. But as a as a friendly reminder to all people, I believe I have a neurodiverse brain, and I am probably not part of the majority of people. So what most people get into the habit of doing that where with how they communicate with and treat most people probably won't apply as well for people like me. So that was all I wanted to say on that. But also coincidentally, there was a recent YouTube video that I believe is related to this topic that I encourage people to watch, and I will leave a link to that video in this YouTube video's description, where that video does talk about how to support and very specifically how to better support people with ADHD brains. But I believe those concepts and those principles can apply to all people as well. So for those interested, I will link that video in this I will link to that video in this YouTube video's description below. But long story short, I believe all people have their own complex brain types and complex needs, and my understanding is the best way to support these people is to at the very least try to listen more and try to get to know these people better and find ways to help or support them that is more suited to them, and to never assume that two people are completely the same, or just because one thing may have worked for some other people, that those helps or those suggestions are guaranteed to work for this next person, because there are so many different things to consider and so many likely differences between people. So yes, just to make that more clear, and to help us be better humans, better friends, better leaders, if this is something you value. So yeah, thanks for watching.